And joining us now from our Sydney studio is Andrew Purchas, who plays for the Sydney Convicts Rugby Club. Andrew, I was going to ask you if you're surprised that this has caused such a stir, but the fact that you've gone out and established a gay rugby club would probably indicate that you're not surprised at all.
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, I think when you have a high-profile player like Jason Akamenis making these clearly homophobic comments is going to cause a stir. And I think that most of the people think we'd moved on from these types of attitudes, that, you know, we've actually progressed from the don't ask, don't tell sort of stance. And I think that, you know, we had hoped that you know, a leading sportsman would be promoting people to be themselves and be proud of who they are, and not try and pretend to be someone else.
What experience have you and your other team members experienced in playing for regular teams?
Well, the Sydney Convicts has two sides, and we play as a part of a regular rugby club called Wallara Colleagues, and we've never had any problem at all. Wallara Colleagues have been fantastic to us. We play in the suburban rugby competition, so we play against regular rugby teams every week during the rugby season. I mean, it helps that our team's been quite successful, so we've won our competition twice, but almost without exception, we have not received any derogatory comments. We've not seen any jibes, and we've been very welcomed by the New South Wales Rugby Union, and also by Wallara Colleagues.
A lot of other Australian sportsmen and women have come out and declared their gay sexuality. Are you seeing that the AFL is really way behind the rest of the community on this issue? Well,
I'm really hoping that Jason's the one who's way behind. You know, I think the AFL has gone to quite strong measures to stamp a policy of anti-homophobia. They launched a campaign basically highlighting some of their high-profile players with anti-homophobia messages earlier this year. So I'm really hoping this is Jason, and I think it's really sad that he is pretending to be the face of AFL.
Clearly, Ian Roberts is very angry, but stamping your feet isn't the way to solve the problem. How do you go about changing attitudes generally?
Well, I think actually it's encouraging people to be themselves. I mean, it's only through interaction and acknowledgement that there are gay people out there who are just like everyone else. They're just as good as sportsmen, they're just as good as politicians, they're just as good as dentists as everyone else. It's only by being visible that we can actually stamp it out, and people realise that we're not a threat. That the people realise that we are just like them, and we have to make sure that people encourage those to be themselves. As Ian Roberts said in that clip, you know, it's very difficult for young gay people out there who are actually getting the wrong message from people like Jason Akamenis by telling them that they have to stay in the closet and not be themselves.
I'm sorry, I'm going to ask you just one more question here, especially for young players who seem to be most at risk from the connotations that come with declaring themselves as gay in a regular team. What advice do you have for those young people coming up through the ranks?
See, I don't think they are at risk. You know, I think that the society has progressed, and I think that you know, if they be themselves, then they will be accepted, and almost without exception. From the people I know who have come out, they are significantly better people once they've gone through that experience. Their friends say that. They say that themselves. Their family acknowledge that. So I think what we've got to do as a society to make them understand that it's okay to be who you are great as who you are, and that the people around you will accept it, and that idiots like Jason Akamenis don't actually reflect what society's views are.
Andrew, thank you very much for coming in and having a chat with us this morning. Andrew Purchas there from the Sydney Convicts Rugby Club.